Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a great pleasure as I welcome you to yet another fresh episode of Time Out with Tiaba. Yes, today's episode promises to be amazing. And yes, it's countdown to Christmas. I'm excited, Yeah, so today we shall be talking about how to avoid accidental pressure in life. Yes, how to avoid accidental pressure in life. Of course, a lot of people tend to create unnecessary pressure for themselves that does not warrant it. So today we shall be talking about how to avoid some of those unnecessary pressure and how to avoid worthless pressures in life. So sit down, relax, and enjoy as the show will return after this time out. Yes, so welcome back from that short break. If you're just joining us, this is Time Out with Tiaba, and yes, today we shall be looking at how to avoid accidental pressure in life. How to avoid accidental pressure in life. So grab your pen and paper and let's dig in. Great. So point number 1. Plan and live within your means. Plan and live within your means. It is very important to know that being financially responsible is important for your health and your financial life. So you need to save more and spend less and invest wisely. Yes, spend more, save more, spend less, and invest wisely. Don't spend more. Yes, and never invest in something that will make you rich overnight. Never invest in something that will make you rich overnight. All right, great. So we will expand more on this in our future episode. So just keep following Time Out with Tiaba, and of course we will give you an update. So point number 2: prepare and plan for the worst. Prepare and plan for the worst. All right. Now let me use this as an example. A man whose wife is pregnant has good 9 months to prepare. The same as the wife too. All right. Now because they should even prepare for the worst. I'm using this as an example though, because a lot of us don't even plan and prepare for worst situations in our life. So it's very important that we plan and prepare, all right, to avoid on accidental pressure. Yeah, so that you can only seek help when you can't meet up, not that you don't even have anything at all. Great. So point number 3. I love this so much. Point number 3. Now, rent a house you can pay conveniently. Okay, rent a house you can pay conveniently, and it's not that necessary for you to live in a house you're struggling to pay rent. Okay, live in a house you can pay rent conveniently. Don't live in a house you are struggling to pay rent on. The same thing with schools. Okay, in the same light, put your kids in schools you can afford. Don't put your kids in an expensive schools you are struggling to pay school fees. All right, now because sometimes expensive schools don't even guarantee good result these days. Just ensure that your kids attend good and affordable schools, and just make sure that you live in a convenient apartment you can pay conveniently. All right, so that you don't always have issues with your landlord or landladies. All right, great. Now point number 4: Yeah, some problems in our life don't just pop up. Some people just call, it's an emergency, it's an emergency. All right. I used to say that sometimes we just create unnecessary pressure for ourselves without planning and preparing. Just like our points. If you don't own a house, you know definitely that you will definitely pay your rent. Same goes with utility bills. Same goes with school fees. Okay, so it's not an emergency. But even in emergency situations, try your best to be prepared for raining days and avoid unnecessary insults. Yeah. Great. So point number 5. Don't be too dependent on salaries. Don't be too dependent on your salaries. All right. At least create businesses that can pay for your basic needs like utility bills, transportations, your rent, your groceries. Have a side hustle. We always advise people to have a side hustle. All right. And of course, this is my side hustle. All right. Great. So don't be too dependent on your salaries. Have a side hustle. At least create businesses that can pay for some basic needs. Okay. Great. So we shall be back after this time out with point number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sit back, relax. This is time out with Yaba. Yes, welcome back from that short break. If you're just joining us, this is time out with Yaba, and we're looking at how to avoid accidental pressure in life. So, number 6, understand that life is not a competition. Okay, understand that life is not a competition. Yeah, because some people don't even earn much, but yet they have cars, cable TVs, internet subscriptions they can't even afford. It's not a competition. Okay. Start with what you can afford. You can start with GoTV. I remember some time ago I started with GoTV. Of course, I don't even have an internet. Sometime like I don't even have a internet in my house. I only have a mobile subscriptions. All right. So, but start with what you can afford. Okay. Don't just go for these things because you want to compete with your neighbors or you want to compete with someone else. Okay. Understand that life is not a competition. Okay. Great. So, number 7, nobody needs to see you carrying a shopping bag from bigger supermarkets. Nobody needs to see you carrying a shopping bag from ShopRite just to show that okay, you're shopping in you're shopping in ShopRite. Okay, nobody needs to see that. Now, you can be creative with your meals by taking advantage of local foods and fruits in local markets. It's cheaper and healthier. All right. Sometimes I stay in Maraba and sometimes I go to shopping myself. I go to local markets. I go to Orange. There's this popular Orange market in Maraba. Sometimes I drive down to Orange market myself to pick some of these things. So I don't need to go to bigger supermarkets because they are expensive. All right. So take advantage of local foods and fruits in local markets because it's cheaper and healthier. Now, number 8, don't copy your neighbor Instagram lifestyle. If he or she can earn well, let them live their lives. Okay, remember life is not a competition. Don't just fall for trends and brands. Just wear clean and well ironed clothes and you will look smart. Okay, don't just go for brands. Okay, some of these brands are expensive. It of course, I'm not saying that it's not good to wear brands. Okay, but you need to be cautious about the trends and brands. Okay, now number 9. Now keep your cycle small. Very important. Keep your cycle small. Keep only friends that have sense. Sometimes we keep friends that don't even have sense, so learn to keep friends that have sense, friends that can help you grow. But remember also that you attract who you are. Okay, there's a popular saying that birds of the same feather flock together. Yeah, so You cannot hang out with negative people and expect to live a positive life. No, you have to hang out with positive people if you want to live a positive life. Now, number 10, have a fear of God. Above all, have a fear of God and be prayerful. Alright, have a fear of God and be prayerful. I'll be back after this time out. If you're listening, this is Time Out with Yaba. Yeah, so thank you very much for listening, and today's episode is a very short episode, and before we go, it is very important that you understand that life is not complicated. Okay, life is not complicated. Life is as simple as you think, but try as much as possible not to make your life complicated. And I would want to recommend you read a book titled Life is Not Complicated, You Are. Okay, life is not complicated, you are. And it's written by Carlos Wallace. It's a book that you should read. All right, the title of the book again is Life is Not Complicated, You Are. It's written by Carlos Wallace. It's a book that teaches you how to turn your biggest disappointment into your greatest blessing. Yeah, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in and listening to Time Out with Yaba. Please subscribe, share, and let's keep this going. I look forward to seeing you next week. I remain yours faithfully, Joseph Emmanuel Yaba. Thank you very much.